Hi, it's Nikki here from Happy Hormones for Life, and today I have got one of our amazing clients, Gillian. Gillian, thank you so much for joining me today. I just wanted, like I said, I'm always grateful when clients want to come and talk to me about their experiences and what they've achieved. I kind of feel like the proud mum almost. So I'm really grateful for your time. So just kick us off by telling us a little bit about what you were struggling with before you started working with us.
And there was 1 week in particular where it felt like I was struggling with every menopausal symptom on the list. So I had some joint pain. I had the dreaded hot flushes, which at first I thought I was going to escape. Then I got 4 in one day. I was like, really? I get tired all the time, brain fog. It was all there. But the thing that was really laying me low was I was getting really bad fatigue, but not every day. So I'd be going along quite fine. I'd get up in the morning and think, oh, I've got loads of things I want to get done today. And an hour later, I'd just be hit by fatigue, and I'd be like, well, that's, the day was written off. It's like somebody had taken my plug out the socket, disconnected me from the mains. It was just complete sort of flatline.
How was that affecting your life? Did you work? What kind of effect did that fatigue have?
It was really difficult because I didn't know when it was going to happen. There didn't seem to be any recognizable pattern. And when it did occur, you just weren't fit really to do anything until it moved on. And it only lasted about a day at a time, but that was a day out of your life. That whatever you had planned to do that day just didn't happen. It was the basics only. It was get up, get dressed, eat. But other than that, it was mainly sort of sit on the sofa, maybe take the dog for a short walk. But you come back from that and be like, that was my effort for the day. So yeah, I was fortunate or unfortunate. I think most of the times it happened, it was actually on a weekend. So it didn't impact my work as badly as it might have. Right. And I've got the kind of job where it's fairly flexible in terms of, I manage my own workload. So if it did happen, I made up for it on another day. So it wasn't so bad that way. But yeah, it was just driving me crazy, not knowing why it was happening. And it was happening with increasing regularity. And like I say, it just took a whole day at a time. It was awful.
Yeah, awful. Sounds like you were just kind of surviving rather than kind of living a really full life.
Yeah. On those days, that was all you could do, really, just kind of batten down and wait for the cloud to move on,
What did you discover in the tests that we ran that you didn't know before?
I suppose I didn't really know anything prior to the texts. I didn't have a good handle on what was going on in my body. I was quite relieved in a lot of senses to find that a lot of my markers were absolutely fine. So I thought, yay, I'm not dying. The major organs are fine, all that kind of thing. I found that my thyroid's a wee bit iffy. My vitamin D, unsurprisingly, is non-existent. But it was my testosterone was flatlined. There was none. And that apparently was just a direct correlation to the mini pill that I'd been on for so long. It kind of completely disrupted all those hormones. So that was kind of like the eye-opener for me, how much of an impact that pill had been having on me. Because I used to go to the doctor every year and they'd say, oh, how is everything with your pill? I'd be, oh, it's all fine, do you want another year? Yay. And nobody ever said, by the way, do you know this might be having crazy things with your hormones? So when I started experiencing the sort of menopausal symptoms, and I also read that the mini pill could be one of the things they give you to combat them, I was like, what do I do? Do I keep taking it? Do I come off it? Will things get worse rather than better? Because this is one of the things that helps. So yeah, it was really interesting to see the impact that was having on my body. And then the testing really showed that up.
Yeah. And what kind of changes did you make?
Well, the very next day after going through my test results with Rebecca, I stopped taking the pill.
Right.
I just cut it off right there and then. And I didn't have another crashing fatigue episode after that. It was that sudden of a change, I stopped taking them, and the fatigue just became natural fatigue that you get from exercise, or some kind of doing something really mentally strenuous or physically strenuous, natural fatigue, as opposed to this hormone induced fatigue that I was getting. So
yeah. And what else was in your program? What else did you have to do?
I got a tailored set of supplements to help build my vitamin D levels back up, to try and boost my thyroid. A couple of things to help sort of with digestive issues that I'd been having. This was one of the symptoms I had. So stuff to help with that. So it's really just a sort of targeted set of supports to kind of help level things back out. And I saw positive results across the board.
I was just looking at your results, and they were pretty impressive, because I think you went up, like your scores were up near the 10s, and they've come right down to the floor, haven't they? So tell us a little bit about the kind of results that you've had from following the program.
So as I say, the sort of crashing fatigue that I had has been eradicated. I just don't suffer from that anymore. So I don't lose days at a time to that. And if that had been the only thing that had happened, I would consider this a raging success. But I also I don't get brain fog really anymore. I mean, I have the odd senior moment from time to time, but I don't have that whole just can't get the brain to function type experience.
That's to do with the energy levels, actually, isn't it? Because the more energy you're producing, it's going to the brain as well. So
yeah. So that really helped. I do occasionally still get hot flushes, but they don't come with the sort of really, really grotty feeling that I was getting with them before, where I actually felt almost nauseous sometimes. Right. So the intensity of them when they come is greatly reduced. Yeah. So that's been a big positive. One of the other supplements that was recommended was sort of magnesium to take at night time. I think that's definitely helped me to get a good sleep straight through. Yeah. So that again has probably helped with the energy levels and the brain fog side of things, and not being tired all the time. Yeah. So that's been.
What about your digestive issues? Have they improved?
They have, yeah, they have. Yeah, I mean, that was something that was bothering me. I'd been kind of just sort of living with it. Again, not something that I'd previously related with, sort of menopause type thing. And that's definitely improved. It's not on my mind anymore. It just doesn't really arise. It's not a niggle, not even a niggle.
What's been the impact on your life? Has anything, improved because you feel better?
Just in general, everything's improved because I feel better. I started a new job a few months ago, which might have been really difficult to do in the state that I was in prior, not knowing if I was going to have a crashing fatigue day, trying to take on board the new challenges of a new job with brain fatigue and brain fog and being tired all the time would have been extremely difficult. Yeah. But because I was in such a better place, sort of physically and mentally alert, that's been so much easier to do that. So I'm really grateful that things worked that way around. Yeah.
It was good timing for you, wasn't it?
Definitely was good timing, yeah. And I can plan to do things, I can plan to do, like I'm doing a dragon boat race on Saturday, and I can commit to that knowing that there's not really a chance I'm going to wake up on Saturday morning and an hour later go, oh no, lights out, back to bed. Yeah. That's not going to happen because I'm not going to have that crashing fatigue. Wow. So I can commit to things like that with confidence.
Wow. I mean, that's, it's a small thing, but it's a big thing in a way, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Oh, amazing. So would you recommend getting the testing done and going through our programs to other people?
I really would, yeah, I really would. I mean, the testing part in particular is super easy to do. It's dead simple to do. It doesn't take up a huge amount of your time. And certainly the consultant that I had, Rebecca, was really good at talking through and what those results actually meant and what we could do about them.
Yeah.
And what we could do about them in terms of, in my case, we kind of went sort of supplements type route. It's super simple as well. So, and it's not supplements for life. We've stepped back on some of them because they've done their job, and I'm on a 2 or 3 things that I'll continue with. So I absolutely would recommend it. It's just so comforting to know that you're doing the right things. I could never have navigated the whole world of supplements on my own. It's just a complete, well, where'd you begin, but to get the guidance through that was fantastic.
So really appreciate your time again, Gillian. Thank you so much. And I'm super excited that you've got these results for your life. Honestly, it makes me really proud.
You're very welcome.